I am thankful for each and every one of you. Let's get back into Barry's Ballers.
Winning has always been in his DNA.
Loyalty got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece got war and peace inside my DNA.
If y'all aren't familiar, it's been a while, had me a little seizure, fell off the wagon, but we're back for week 12 right before Thanksgiving. 5 offense, 5 defense, 5 special teams, looking for the following qualities listed out by Coach Madden himself.
But guys that are all champions, and if you were a player, you'd want to play with them. If you were a coach, you'd want to coach them. And if you were a fan, you'd want to watch them.
And without further ado, we're going to get right into the offense. We're going to start off with some honorable mentions. First honorable mention is Green Bay Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson. Now, I didn't know Josh Jacobs was out until maybe an hour before the game. I'm betting Emmanuel Wilson didn't have much more of a heads up than we did. The best ability being availability applies to secondary players and tertiary players the most. Josh Jacobs went down, Emmanuel Wilson stepped up, and he was ready to rock and roll. He fell right into the bell cow roll and fell into it perfectly. 28 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, granted, it's not hard to beat a J.J. McCarthy-led Minnesota Vikings team. Emmanuel Wilson made it much easier for our receivers to get open. Christian Watson was cooking a little bit because they had to start respecting the new guy. I love the effort. Great for the Packers. Emmanuel Wilson, honorable mention number 1. Honorable mention number 2 is quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward. Couldn't put him on the list. He simply did not fit. There's a bunch of winners on the list. I try not to make win-loss too much of a stat for it, but he did lose. Cam Ward has an intercontinental ballistic missile attached to his body at the rotator cuff. If they can get him some weapons, more than Chimere DK, if they can get him a good head coach, Cam Ward's going to be a problem. If they can't get a number 1 receiver, they're going to be right back where they started. Now, on to the real list. The first offensive baller of the week. I just went ahead and put this slot in my spreadsheet as the Jaxon Smith-Njigba Invitational because he's just in the short list or on the list every week. He's the first receiver this year to crack 1,300 yards. He is looking like he's on pace to break 2,000. If he does that, we might be talking about an MVP receiver. If we're just talking last game against the Titans, 8 receptions, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. They got to stop with the single coverage on my guy because if you have him one-on-one, he's cooking the dude. You need a double JSN because he is a problem.
Into the bucket, and he will backpedal for a touchdown.
I'm really liking the vibe this Seattle offense is given. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, one of the better weapons in the league, probably the best receiver in the league this year. I love seeing him work. He's number 1.
Approved.
Now, I am typically not one to go, I told you so. But the second player on the offensive ball of the week list, I'm going to have to gloat a little bit because I called this back in freaking June.
Personally, if it's me, I'm giving the nod to Jameis. Even though I know Russ has been identified as the starter going into training camp and the preseason, I think the motivational boost Jameis provides for an organization will elevate the players. I mean, would you rather have Russ doing, or would you rather go to war with this dude?
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow, to be in true football weather in Cleveland, Ohio at Huntington Bank Field today to give him the glory. It's a beautiful day.
Jameis Winston, they finally let him start for the Giants. Energy of that team was insane. They looked happy to be on that field. Whereas when Russ was out there, they just wanted to go home. Jameis Winston out here doing trick plays, catching passes, juking people out, stiff-arming defenders, diving. Dude, I love watching him play. His energy from before the game, during the game, and after the game is unmatched.
Oh, into the end zone.
Didn't go too crazy on the stat sheet, 18 for 36, but he did throw 366 yards, 2 TDs, and an INT. But he also had a receiving touchdown. Get at me. So Jameis is going to be our second offensive ball of the week.
Approved.
And the third offensive ball of the week was on the other team he was playing, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's looking like the second coming of Barry Sanders up there in Detroit. He had 15 carries for 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, 14.6 yard average.
Damn!
All you need is a 4-yard average to get a first down every set of downs, and this dude was averaging 14.6. What? And he's also deadly in the passing game because he caught a freaking touchdown too. 11 receptions, 45 yards. I don't know what these teams are going to do, because not only is Jahmyr Gibbs one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the league, he's got the best running O-line in the league. You go look him up on PFF. Penei Sewell is the best in the league, especially at run blocking. So Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be our third offensive baller of the week.
Approved.
Ooh, man, I've been yearning to put this dude on the list, and he finally was able to let me do it this week. George Pickens is going to be your fourth offensive baller of the week.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh, boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch?
I am not being hyperbolic when I say I genuinely believe George Pickens has the best hands in all of football. His sideline awareness is next to none. I would say there may be a couple receivers in the league that echo it, probably Davante Adams. I'm going to go ahead and put George Pickens at number 2 in footwork, only behind Davante Adams, because his footwork is insane. And he went off today against the Eagles. 9 receptions, 146 yards for a touchdown. 9 targets, by the way, so no drops. Good on Dak for getting the ball where it needed to go. And his performance was essential in the Cowboys coming back, putting belt to ass on the Eagles in the second half. I like watching the Dallas Cowboys receivers, so George Pickens is going to be your fourth offensive baller of the week.
Approved.
Hey, and speaking of Davante Adams, him and Matt Stafford are going to split the 5 spot because they were electric against the Bucs. Davante Adams is the king of the late hands. He will wait until the ball is right here before he opens his hands. Both of his touchdowns on fades, perfect. Zion McCollum was getting cooked all game. Davante Adams was pleading, begging for anyone to please try and block him, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it, and my guy went crazy. Matt Stafford is the MVP favorite. Davante Adams is his red zone weapon. They cannot be stopped. The Rams are the team to beat in the NFC, and that is because of players like Matt Stafford and Davante Adams.
Approved. Approved.
Let's head over to defense. I told y'all that the offense had the Jaxon Smith-Njigba invitational spot. Well, the defense has the Myles Garrett invitational spot. Saw it on the Browns Instagram, and it was listing the top 3 players with sacks. Player number 1 is Myles Garrett with 18 sacks. Player number 2 is Myles Garrett in the last 4 games with 13 sacks. And player number 3 is Brian Burns. Myles Garrett is on a generational run. Screw 22.5. He's looking for 30. It sucks that he got handicapped by being attached to that organization, but he wanted the bag. So he's going to break records in hell. Hall of Fame player already. Myles Garrett, your first defensive baller of the week for week 12.
Approved.
And number 2 is going to be not 1, not 2, but it's going to be about 11 players. I'm talking about the entire Houston Texans defense. Josh Allen was looking like a cripple out there. He looked like Walter Jr. on the crutches trying to play football at OU. Insanity. They made Josh Allen start seeing ghosts. Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson Jr. and that defensive line are incredible. Derek Stingley, Jalen Petrie, that entire room DBs is insane. That team is really fun to watch. D'Amico Ryans got himself a good defense. Get CJ Stroud healthy and they'll be a good offense too. But Davis Mills was doing his thing, not throwing any shade. The entire Texans defense putting on an electric clinic, and that gets him the 2nd spot on the defensive baller of the week list.
Approved.
Wow, I'm really original because number 3 is going to the entire Rams defense.
What? What? This is a moment in history. Take a picture.
Personally, I like them more because I'm a Jared versus Byron Young guy.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
As opposed to a Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, but apples and oranges. Everyone has their favorites, and mine just happens to be the Rams. The linebackers for the Rams, I really like Ned Landman. He has a good peanut punch, and he just got paid for it as well. The only shortcomings might be the DBs, but they were doing really good. Emmanuel Forbes, Cam Kitchens, Cam Curl, they're all looking really good against the Bucs. Baker Mayfield was an MVP finalist as of a couple weeks ago, and they made him look like chump change. You cannot make Matt Stafford play like this without a good defense, and so you gotta give him credit. Jared Verse and Byron Young are monsters. Kobe Turner's a monster. Kobe Durant looking like a monster too. Why are there so many Kobes on this team? Anyways, Rams defense, number 3 on the list.
Approved.
Let's get back to single players now. We're gonna go with Jahmyr Brown. 2 interceptions against the Panthers. That game was kind of a stinker. Brock Purdy was throwing picks. Bryce Young was throwing picks. I gave it to Jahmyr Brown because his team won. Jahmyr Brown, 2 interceptions, gets him on the defensive list.
Approved.
Let's get to number 5. And y'all know I get so horny for fundamental football. And this fella had some fundamental tackling. Germaine Pratt, linebacker for the Colts. 20 tackles. 15 of them were solo. Brother had 15 solo tackles. The next guy on his team, period, had 14 total tackles, and he had 15 solo. 2 TFLs, 1 PBU. Brother was everywhere. That's just sheer effort. That's sheer nose for the football. Awesome fundamentals. You know how to tackle. The Chiefs they was playing, they got some speedy, evasive dudes. But not when you go up against Germaine Pratt. So once he grabs you, it's a wrap. Germaine Pratt, your 5th and final defensive baller.
Approved.
Let's head over to special teams. All right, our first special teams baller is going to be a split between 2 guys. Dallas Cowboy gunner Elijah Clark and the long snapper Trent Sieg. Y'all all saw the footage of Elijah Clark getting bullied off the line by Sidney Brown, and then he kept his nose in the game, kept his eye on the ball, went and knocked that sucker loose. And I'm also going to give credit to the long snapper, Trent Sieg. His entire job is to snap the ball back to the punter, snap the ball back to the kicker, but he was staying in the game no matter what. He ran down there, saw his buddy Elijah Clark smack the return man, and he dove on that sucker. I love to see that kind of effort. Just because you are specialized in one job does not mean your primary purpose of being a football player goes away. It's like being in the Army. Every soldier's a rifleman no matter what their job is. And Trent Sieg is a football player. So let's give Elijah Clark and Trent Sieg a little round of applause. And we're going to put him at number 1 on the special teams ballers list.
Approved. Approved.
Number 2 is kind of a chump move, but I remember doing this in the beginning of the year and I'm bringing it back. If you play special teams, anything you do in the game, even if it's not on special teams, can get you on the list. So I'm putting Gunnar Olszewski, the receiver, punt, and kick return man for the Giants, because he threw a touchdown to quarterback Jameis Winston. Return game, who cares? Gunnar Olszewski also turns out he's a good quarterback. He has a 158.3 passer rating, and you love to see it. He's number 2.
Approved.
Number 3 is crazy. Jordan Stout, punter for the Baltimore Ravens. You don't got to worry about the Jets when they're pinned deep. How deep, you ask? Well, he had a 74-yard punt. That's pretty dang deep.
Hey, yo.
He had 4 punts for 246 yards. He averaged 61.5 yards a punt. He could flip the field by himself. Insanity. I really like the Ravens. It's cool when they got good special teams, because you know what happened to the last special team guy. He down there in New Orleans trying to get the slate wiped clean.
Well, that's pause. Go did it.
Jordan Stout, none of that. He's a good guy, he's a good punter, and he's your 3rd special teams baller of the week.
Approved.
Number 4 is Chimere Dike. Had himself a return touchdown, and he's also looking like Cam Ward's number 1 guy. He's evasive, he's elusive, he's fast, he's got pretty good hands, and he's got great ball carrier vision. He can find those gaps, he can find those seams, squirt through them, and take it to the crib. Chimere Dike is going to be number 4.
Approved.
Number 5 on the special teams baller of the week list is going to be the Packers special teams unit as a whole. Particularly the punter, Daniel Whalen, and the gunners. If you saw the play, Daniel Whalen punts the ball to the Minnesota Vikings, and the gunners blocked the defender into the football, and the other guy dove on it. That is insane head-up work. You see the ball land past your guy, run your guy into the ball. Excellent heads-up work by the special teams unit. They flipped the field with a punt, and we got possession. I love that. I love heads-up plays. I love good special teams play. That had everything for the freaking checklist. Special teams for a long time was an issue in Green Bay. We might be figuring it out a little bit now. So there are your special teams ballers. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Week 12 Barry's Ballers. Looks like Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Be sure to be thankful for your loved ones. Be sure to make sure someone's thankful of you by being a good person. All right, I said it in the last video. I'm going to say it again. Check in on your people. The holidays can get kind of lonely sometimes, and you know how this acts when it gets lonely. Check up on your people. Make someone maybe be thankful that you checked up on them. You never know. Someone might need it. Let's get through Thanksgiving together. Let's get through Christmas together. And let's get into the big 2026 together. I'm so thankful for your viewership. I'm thankful that y'all are believing in me. That Texans video did really good. I'm hoping the Rams video does good as well. I'm trying to put out a couple of videos every week now. I kind of got a schedule down. I got all my medical appointments for the epilepsy stuff. They're pretty much on a pattern now. We can do this. We're going to get going. This channel is going to grow, and I appreciate you growing with me. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun, and I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving and have a good day. Take care.
Winning has always been in his DNA.
Loyalty got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece got war and peace inside my DNA.